We are coming back today to the Burning Banners, a fantasy wargame for 2 to 6 players in the world of Kalar. We shall present the first campaign, after the introductory one, in which two Shashka kingdoms will face each other, the mighty orcs and the mighty goblins. They will ravage the world of Kalar, trying to get as many controlled settlements as possible. All on this in the teach and play material, which we will hope will give you the good insight into the game, and you will start to love this game as we do.
So we continue our journey with the Burning Banners, a fascinating game from the Compass games. As mentioned and hinted in the introduction, we will be playing today the second campaign. Actually, in the campaign book, it's the first campaign. It will be Fight to the Death. As you remember, in the companion book, we have individual scenarios which are mainly before the War of the Burning Banners, and then we have actual chapters campaigns with the War of Burning Banners. We played already the invasion of Drefeld with intro. I put a lot of teach and play material there, so I encourage you to have a look there if you'd like to learn more about the rules. Today we'll be playing Fight to the Death. I'm doing an overview of a scenario. Of course, when we will be playing the actual turns, I will zoom in so you can better see who is where and what's going on. And I will explain in a moment why we have so many die. First and foremost, what we check in the scenario description is always who is playing and how many players we have. This will be 2 players. The invader will be the orcs. The resistance will be the goblins. And actually all settlements are hostile. Neutral ones, so ones like this, the dwarfs of Born loyal, and also Fjordland loyal. The only one which you cannot touch, at least for now, is here. This is of course the undead, the Witch King area. What do we learn? It's only one map. It will be 5 turns. So this is marked here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turns. The first to move will be the orcs. The second will be the goblins. You see, the orcs and goblins during the war will be the allies, but before the war, they were simply scavenging the lands of Kalar, just like here, and were attacking. So the orcs will be attacking from here. There are, here the entry hexes for them, and the goblins will be attacking from here. There are entry hexes for them. What I did in this scenario is I use the setup cards, quick setup cards, which are added to the to the game. And as you can see, they say for the goblins to have 2 hobgoblins and 2 goblin warriors, and they have 12 gold in reserve. And the orcs will have 4 orc ravers and 2 orc scouts, and the 5 gold in reserve. And they have the first move, they have the second move. So this is how we did the setup. I put the 6 orcs in that way, 2 ravers, 1 scout, 2 ravers, 1 scout. Here we have also the 4 goblins. Those 2 will be moving rather this way, those this way. Now let me explain the mystery behind the dice which I put on the map. This is connected to the victory conditions. Victory conditions causing an opponent to collapse, grant, and instant win. You will collapse if you don't have any settlements on the map. For those Shashka, let's say kingdoms, it starts to count from the first moment they conquered some settlement, because they start without any settlements. Yeah, these are the raiders. But when they start to conquer, they cannot lose the last one. Yeah, actually it is a city, not a settlement. Yeah, if there is no instant win, the player who controls the most settlements at the end of the game wins. If both players control the same number of settlements, the orc player wins because he is the invader. Now, Why I put those dice? It simply shows all the settlements on this map. This is the wildlands map, and I deliberately put also some numbers because ones are the easiest to grab settlements, which doesn't have any special features. They are not fortified. They are not in wilderness. Simply they have one white die to defend. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 such settlements. We have three, let's say, difficult settlements. This will be here. This will be Tagatol. It's fortified. Here we have Narak, which is in mountains. Here it's fortified, which means that we will be hitting. We will have -1 to all our dice rolls. Here we'll have the defender will have 2 white die because of the wilderness, and here we have a Fort Gorod. And Fort Gorod we know from our first campaign, which we did for the introductory campaign. It was mainly played here, if you remember, between dwarves from here and Fjordlanders from here. So we have 3 difficult settlements and we have 1 city. This is a very important city for the dwarves, the Wealth of Holm, and this is something which probably none of those armies will be able to conquer. This is first of all city, so it has 3 white die for being a city. It's surrounded by the river, so with additional die, and it is fortified, so you have -1 to the rolls. It's possible to attack this. Still, it will be hard to conquer, although maybe somebody will try because cities gives the double loot to those to whoever loots them. And I believe this is everything. There's a very short also historical background. Yeah, the lore in this game is very strong. The orcs set up first, the goblins second. I believe that's all. One thing which I would like to discuss now, and we'll do a brief pause for this, is special abilities of goblins and orcs, because each and every faction in this game is very unique and pretty asymmetrical. So let's move to the description of the factions fighting here, and in the meantime I will also zoom in to the map.
Orcs are one of the Shashka kingdoms. They are savage slavers and butchers, feared throughout the Kalar. They have special entry hexes, as orc units may be built in any map edge hex containing the orc symbol. They have also special rules regarding the control markers. During the income step, the orc kingdom must pay 1 gold for each control marker it has on the map. If they cannot pay, they will collapse, so they need to attack and loot constantly. Alternatively, orcs may lay waste to settlements they control during the income action step, loot them, and raise. Goblins are another Shashka kingdom. They are spawn of a trickster god Karp and Plagu, the civilized world. Just like orcs, they have special rule regarding the entry hexes, as goblins units may be built in any map edge hex containing the goblin system. Just like orcs, they also have special rules regarding control markers, as during the income step they have to pay 1 gold for each control marker it has on the map. If they cannot do it, they will collapse. Alternatively, they may lay waste to settlements they control during the income phase and get the loot and raise. On top of this, they are mountaineers, just like dwarves, and goblin units pay 1 movement point to enter mountain hexes, except siege engine.
So you know now where the problems of those two factions will start to occur. The moment they conquer the first settlement, they need to loot, loot, and loot in order to pay every income phase 4, yeah, very settlements. One comment which I didn't make, we will be playing the base game. It's perfect for the solo game. The advanced game with all the blessings and spells is not so well suited. As you can see, I zoomed in, so you can now very nicely see all the maps, all the map elements, and we'll be, of course, using the player aid fantastic. Everything is here. Everything is here, and I really like it. The turn sequence will be the income phase, and in the income phase, we will have income action steps for the Shashka kingdoms. They may lay waste to any number of settlements it controls. So before paying, they can actually raise some of the settlements they control in order to pay for this. Let's see. The first to move are the orcs here. So what they will do, first of all, they will go through the income phase, and as you know, those factions does not have a set income. Neither orcs nor goblins will have any income, so we immediately jump to the action phase. And they started to invade. So orc ravers, he moves 1, 2, and then he uses the sail as an action. So 1, 2, and he lands here. Or we can even put him here. It doesn't matter because this will be, yeah, let's put him here. So let's let him just move here. The second raver does the only C movement, cannot do any kind of regular movement. So 1, 2, 3, and he lands here. Yeah, it's already coastal. Now this raver moves 1, 2, 3. Those guys move 1, 2. Here they can move on the coast here 1, 2, 3, and then this is the regular movement. On the coast they can use the sea movement 1, 2, 3. Let's do it like this. 2, 3 I said because they just simply finish. The biggest problem is with those guys, they don't have a good spot to land. So let me move them free here with sea movement. You see, if you move here, this is coast, and that way you can push forward. I still have 5, and I would like to use it. I would like to build wolf raiders because they have movement of 4, and they have a cost of 4, of course. I would like you can build the units on the entry hexes. I will build them here and move 1, 2, 3, 4, which allows me to attack the first settlement. The settlement will defend with 1 white die, and we will, excuse me for this, and we will roll. I need to move it to the side, and we'll roll with 1 black and 2 whites. So the attacker, these are 2 hits, and the defender, no hit. That means that we conquered the settlement. We put the control marker there. We also looted it for free, special ability. I hope, guys, that you are okay with me moving the orcs from this side, so from your perspective it might be a little bit upside down, but hopefully this is fine. And this will be everything for the turn 1 orcs. I believe before the time will come to clash between both sides, there is still some space, but inevitably in the turn 4 or 5 the battle between goblins will start and the orcs. So they moved. Now the goblins, they have 2 ideas. First of all, this settlement and then this. Both are difficult. This is mountains and this is fortified. So let me move this hobgoblin here. I'm not buying anything yet, any special additional units. We have a lot of money, like 10. So 1, 2, 3. I believe there are no settlements here, so we can keep the tower here, and they will attack here. This is the settlement in wilderness, and let me just show it to you. As such, it will get the additional white die. Wilderness movement point 1+1 to enter, and defense 1 additional. So for example, neutral settlements can be wilderness type, and they will benefit from this. Okay. Yep. And that means that they will roll 2 die here versus 1 black, 1 white, and 1 white of the attacker. So let me do the attack. This is 1 hit, not much. Excuse me. 1 to 1, nothing happens. Now, are we going to attack with those weak units? No, they will not crush it. Let us bring something heavy. Let us bring the trolls. The trolls are much heavier. The 2 heavy die and 1 light, and they have regenerate, so they can heal themselves without any kind of settlement. We buy them here. They have 3 movement points, 1, 2, and they will of course attack here and hopefully crush it. Now we have 2 black, 1 white versus 2 white. Attack. These are 3 hits and the crit. Let us reroll it. No critical hit. So 3 hits. It's done. So they enter here. This is of course conquered. Okay. Let me put it from this way. Yeah. If you would be playing it, one player will be sitting here, the other will be probably sitting here, and they of course getting free money, which they can use also during the turn. I really like this mechanic here. Now, what do we do here? We'll be attacking further. So movement of 1, 2, 3, and attack on this settlement. This is fortified settlement. So in order to get the success, we have -1. So here only 6s will give us success. Here only 8, 7, and 6. The defender has 1 white die. No success, so maybe. I played this scenario already once and it was a nightmare for the goblin. 6, so this is 1 success, exactly what they needed. So they also suck this. We are getting another 3 gold. And they put the control marker, which is not so positive, of course, because they will have to pay for this. Now, with those 2 goblin warriors, we'll just move forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing more. And that will conclude the turn 1 of the goblins, and we will move forward. We start turn 2, we move the season, we clean up the turn track, and we of course can clean up the units. The orcs will be first. During the income phase, we can lay waste to the settlement, but it doesn't make sense. However, they need to pay 1 for this. And they will be pushing forward, definitely, with all their might. Let me start with those ravers. They will move from those marshes 1, 2, or even they can move here, but yeah, that could be too much bold against goblins. So let's start from the obvious. Those guys come here and attack this settlement. This is 1 die defender, 2 attacker, 1 hit from the attacker, no hit from the defender, so this is conquered. The 3 gold goes to them, and they can fuel their war economy. Fort Garad. Gorod is very tempting, but no, we'll do something else with those wolves. So we will move them 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll attack this settlement. And they have 2 white and 1 black against 1 defender. Oh, no hits, no hits, and no hit here. That was poor. Other than that, those guys will move 1, 2, 3, and will attack Fort Gorod. Fort has fortification, so we'll have -1 to roll. A hit by the fort, so probably no luck. This is a hit, so 1-1 in hits, nothing happens. This is not the best turn for them, definitely not. 1-2, that's all what we can do. Those guys will go 1-2, and then as an action, ship movement to here. And yeah, so that leaves us with those guys. I was wondering what to do, and we can of course buy some of them. So let's do it that way. Those guys will attack here. This is black and white against black. I really like those ravers. They're pretty cheap too, and they have white and black. So attacker first. Wow, 2 hits. Defender, no hits. So that means this is also conquered and looted. So the loot 5 goes here, 2 goes here. Now, this is a good question, what to do next. We can do the C movement with those guys as an action. Let them occupy the wilderness here, which is good. They have +1 white die to defense. But we need to press forward. And we actually can build the unit here, because just a reminder, you can do the build in your settlements. So the build action, this is exactly what we will do. But whom do we want to build? Maybe some more heavy stuff, like the ogre. He's pretty slow. He has only 2 movement points, but I believe I want him in action. So he costs 4, and he will move on the road 1, 2, and bonus 3. So he moves here. And that will conclude turn 2 for the ogres. I don't believe I want to spend more. I will anyhow need to spend 3 at the beginning of a turn. Now, goblins. What they will do? First of all, they will refresh all the units. Yeah, let me refresh them. Yeah, they were coming from this side, so that way. And they will start moving forward. So the first unit who can move forward is, of course, this troll, who can move 1, 2, 3, and attack this settlement. They will attack here. And this should be a quick win. 2 black, 1 white versus 1 white. Yeah, this is no hit. And this is 1 hit, so indeed they conquered it. By the way, guys, we haven't paid in the income phase for those 2. Sorry for this. Of course, I too quickly jumped. So they conquer this. They have another control marker here. They loot for free. So most of those money which we just paid comes back to them. Yeah. So this is it. This is it. Let me just put it like this. Those guys can move 1, 2, 3. Not much more. Those are pretty quick and they can reach here. So let us do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They move here. Attack. Defense 1 white. Attack 2 white. Let's see. No luck. No luck. Those 1, 2, 3, 4. They will attack this settlement. 1 in defense. 5. This is a hit. And the attack 6. So also. Now let's think about the possibility to build some units. But before we build some units, maybe we would like to attack something. Those guys have free movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, they can already come here. Let us do it. They will attack those ravers. Let me ready all the orcs already. I should do it. So they will attack here. The defender has black and white. The attacker has black, white, and white. No special abilities, if I remember. No. Here is 1, 1, 2 hits. The defender 2 hits and maybe a crit. Yes. So 3 hits defender, 2 hits attacker. Those guys are flipped. Yeah, goblins have a lot of money, so maybe they should build another troll. Let us build him here, who can support the attack, and he costs 5. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he will not reach here. Let me just move him forward. He will be moving more towards this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe even we'll try to hit here. They will not spend more money. They are pretty happy with what they have now. They control 1, 2, 3 settlements versus 3 ogre, which is, yeah, a draw. Not bad. Let me already put them this way. So they face each other. Okay, that will conclude turn 2. Let me remember about the income phase always, yeah. And we'll jump. So they actually did their moves, and we'll move to season 3. I believe that the most interesting things will start to happen in a moment. Turn 3 for ogres. They first of all have to pay 3, and they have only 2 money left, which means they need to be much more aggressive, otherwise they will have to lay waste and raise some of their settlements, but then they will lose the game. So what do we do? First things first, we want to get rid of this as soon as possible, but let me do it in a clever way. Those guys will move 1, 2, 3, 4. Those will attack here. 1 defending and 2 white and 1 black attacking. And this is a very, very poor unit. He again rolled nothing. At least he survived. Now we want to hit here. I will send ravers. 1, 2, 3. They will attack here. 1 black and 1 white versus 1 white. This is a potential crit, 7. Let me reroll. No, 1 hit and the defender. Yes. So you see, the wolf raiders were not able to get this, and the simple orc ravers did the job. So they put it here, and they just earned 3. Very important. Which means that the ogre can attack something. He actually, if it was not such contested terrain, could attack last turn here. He will need to make a step back probably. But first the raver. 1, 2, 3. Attacking here. Again, such a comparison. So first of all, he attacks. No hit. And hit. So he is flipped. What can we do? Those guys will move forward. 1, 2, 3, or even 1, 2, 3, and will attack this settlement. Again, 1 white, 1 black. Wow, these are 2 hits and potential crit. No hit, and Of course, that's completely enough to enter this settlement. Another control marker, another 3, excuse me. So Ogre will attack here, the 4th Gorod. It's very hard to keep, to attack it. So he has 2 black, 2 white, the 4th will have 1 white. So 4th rolls first, no hit, and now every roll has -1. 7, that's a hit, so 2 hits completely enough. He just conquered 4th Gorod. Nice, but do you see how many settlements now we need to feed, let's say so? It's very tempting to build another unit. Yes, it's very tempting, but is it a good idea? Hard to say, really hard to say. Okay, let me do it. We cannot build here because we are besieged. There's an enemy at close to us. You know what? Let me attack with this Orc Scout here. He will have 2 white, but he will win the ties. Here will be, but in order to win a tie, he need to inflict at least 1 hit. Whereas in the rule book, I was, puzzled. Why we have 2 definitions, a draw and a tie? Because a draw, I believe, is when nobody inflicts any hits, and the special ability of a ranged unit is not invoked. But when you have a tie, so the same number of hits from both sides, which is not 0, then he inflicts 1. So okay, first of all, attacker. No, nothing. And here is 1, 2 hits, so I believe we don't need to reroll because he just died. Remember, this means he's a weak unit, only one level. Now, this is a tricky thing. Not sure if I want to attack here. No, probably not. I will send those guys. And I will send them to do some tricks. 1, 2, 3, and then the coastal move, the sea movement. 1, 2, 3. We'll try to nail down this settlement. Why not? Do we want to build something? We have 11. We will pay next turn if we do not lose anything. 6, so we can build something for 5. Maybe I will build black axes, something like this. Looks very intimidating and costs 4. And they will move forward. They have 3 movement, 1, 2, 3. So they will be ready for the next turn. And by the way, there is this special rule which maybe I will use now. You can switch places with another unit. You do it that way. You move a unit, in this case 1, 2, 3 here. You forgo the action, put him here, and the next unit you need to activate is this unit, and you need to move it. And I believe this is a very good idea, because we can move this unit 1, 2, 3 here. And then do the sea movement here. That way, we will have 2 additional white die if somebody would like to attack us. And that will conclude the Orcs action activation. Now, it's very interesting what the goblins will do. They have a lot of money, which they need to spend at the beginning for their settlements, but then maybe they will have some idea how to attack. 1, 2, 3, they pay in the income phase. And what they will do, first thing, they will try to get those settlements with those weak units. So attack here, 1, 2, defender 1, no hit, attacker, yes, there is a hit. So they managed to conquer it. They probably stay here. 3 money for Goblin Shashka Kingdom. Then this weak unit will go here. and we'll attack from here. And this is again 2-1. Attacker, hit, defender, no hit. So this was easy taken, but it can be easily lost. The units which are guarding it are not the most sturdy ones. Now the real things are starting, because you see those guys. We need to put somebody to defend here. Somebody who is like a hobgoblin, costing 3, and I believe he is really good. In the mountains he will have 3 white and 1 black. So yeah, we can take it. I have trolls still, who can attack here potentially, who can also attack here, and this is a tempting thing. Let us try with this attack. I would like to show you how does it work with the cities. So the city has garrison, and this garrison is always there. Even if you have your army, they will add their troops. The garrison is 3 white die. Now we are attacking through the regular river. I believe this is regular river. Yeah, this is a major river with 4 lines. So this will be regular river. It's additional point. And because this is a fortified city, we would have -1 to our rolls. We'll have 2 black and 1 white. That's a big attack. Let's see if it works out. In case of a success, we will loot it for 6, because looting of the cities gives double money. Let us have a look at the player aid. Loot settlement is 2. Shashka army gains 3. Loot city gain double gold. So it's potentially a huge source of money for them. The defender rolled 0. This is unbelievable on the 4 die. Now we need one success. 6 - 1 is 5. It's still success. This is failure. My goodness, they managed to conquer it. They really managed to conquer it. I never managed in my few games. Yeah. So it was really difficult. 6 gold to them, of course. Okay, so they can fuel now their economy. Let me do a bold move with this troll here, and this troll will attack here. Oh, black axes. We forgot it's not so easy now with those guys. Yeah, let's do the attack. So this is the defender. This is the attacker. So the attacker has rolled and rolled 6 and 8, and we reroll. And yeah, these are 3 hits. And then now they roll. They rolled 0, 0. They are dead. Completely obliterated. Really? In most of the games I played here, the goblins had really hard time, but obviously things are changing. So they get here, they lost this control, they gained this control. They will take free from looting. Okay, now I will move those goblins here and we'll simply rebuild them. Rebuild is for 2, so I'm rebuilding the goblins for 2. I need to spend it. Hobgoblins. And yeah, we still have 2 more units. And we have a lot of money and a lot to spend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What shall we do now? Let me build some quick units who can penetrate inside the map. So I will build those guys for 1 and immediately move them 1, 2, 3, 4. Let them be here. Those hobgoblins are in a very good spot. Let me build here for 2 the archers. And then the hobgoblins can move a bit forward. 1, 2, 3. They need also to be able to secure potential attack here. That's all. I believe they are happy with this turn, especially with this attack. It can be now defended. I believe we have very weak unit. So this turn, the turn 3 was a bit longer than the previous ones, but that's exactly what you would expect. So we didn't move it, but yeah, we move it forward, and in a moment we'll start turn 4, where the things will get complicated. Turn 4, and we start with the orcs and their income phase. They will pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for their settlements. And what they will do now? They have hole here. They can be easily attacked here. So the ogre will probably move that way. They have still unconquered area here, but I will leave it to somebody else. The raiders. On the other hand, the raiders will be able to quickly move to their front. So let me attack with them. We have only 2 gold. We need more gold definitely. So this is again 2 white, 1 black, 2, 1 white. This is no hit, so maybe this time? Yes. In a third attempt, they managed to get some settlement. So they get free money, which is good, but not enough for the next turn beginning. Now, are we able to conquer it? Not necessarily. Unfortunately, I don't see this anymore. But we might try. So, what we shall do? First of all, we'll move this ogre. We'll move him 1, 2. Yeah, and we'll wait for the next turn to hit hard. Even if there will be a unit with 4 movement built here, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, it will be able to attack, which is not good. We need to defend some of our game, but also we need to press forward. So what we will do, we'll leave the settlement and we'll move 1, 2 and attack here. 2 whites of a defender, black and white of attacker. Defender no hit, attacker 1 hit, and probably second, but it's enough to kill them. They have only 1 level, so we remove it. We place ours, but what is even more important, we are getting money. And money we need to fuel our war. You see, those Shashka kingdoms have this constant need to move forward, otherwise you will simply not have money to fight here. That's how it's created, and I like how it's created. This troll is nasty bastard. Let me do this now. I'm moving those guys 1, 2, 3 towards this area. I'm moving those guys here, and I will rebuild them. Rebuild is for 1. Okay, I can spend 1. Those also moved, although we might do it slightly different. You know what? Before the movement here, I will build another ogre here and we'll move him forward for 4. And not from here, but from here. Yeah, so let's assume the sequence was different. This guy has not yet moved. He's here. I'm building another ogre here. He moves to here and he attacks the troll. 2 black, 2 white versus 1 white, 2 black. And let's see what comes. out of it. 8, 6, 6. So these are 3 hits with possible crit. No, so 3 hits, and now the defender. Okay. So this is 1 hit, 3 to 1 with possible reroll. No, 3 to 1, that means those guys are dead. Goblins definitely have not expected this. They lost this settlement. So they need to pay now. And they need looting for the orcs. Beautifully. It went really well for them this time. 2 attacks. And now I will move this orc here. And I'm now safe here. Nobody will able to get here. Because if you conquer somebody's settlement, you need to enter it. And then when you build adjacent or in settlement, there are different rules for readiness. If you build in settlement inside, you can move in during the turn. If you build around it, adjacent, you cannot. I don't believe I want to spend any more money. I'm fine with this. Now the goblins strike back. So let me move the ogres to their standing positions. Let's see how many of them will survive. So far they are winning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what the goblins will do. By the way, we had also 2 additional units here, so let's say that was C movement. And let's say this game of 1, 2, 3 here. Yeah, just like that. So they will not leave a settlement unattended. Or here, yeah, we don't need to be anywhere else. So what the goblins will do? They will definitely move a troll from here because this place can be occupied by the cheapest possible warrior. So they move 1, 2, 3, and they definitely want to take this back. The troll is 2 black, 1 white. Raver is black and white. So let's see. 8 to 3, so potentially a critical hit. Yes, there is a critical hit. And the defender 5. So 2 to 1. They won, but they didn't kill. Now Hobgoblin will try to finish the job. So 2 white and black, 2 black and white. Attacking. No hits from Hobgoblin. 1 hit. So, okay, they are flipped. Not so good. Are we trying to do something with this ogre? I believe we'll have to. So we'll move the hobgoblins. Where we can move them versus ogre, or maybe let's just get rid of those guys who traveled here. The attack will be 2 white and black versus those. I don't want them here. So these are 2 hits and potentially 1 critical. Yeah, there's critical. 3 to 1. They evidently ventured too far. 2 hits, we are dead. And now we have this open for potential attack. Now those guys are good at finishing off the units, but maybe not attacking. Let me do a crazy move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I want a problem for the orcs here. And this is how you should sometimes play. Okay, I will build 1 warrior here. I want this to be kept. And I will leave this 1 warrior here. And who is my toughest guy? We have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need 5 for the beginning of the next turn, so we can build something for 6. Let me build a mountain troll who is huge, and in case he wins this battle, he actually destroys the settlement. Attack here versus ogre. This is gross, guys. This is huge. The biggest battle so far. I believe these are one of the most difficult units to fight with on both sides. Here we have 3 hits, no crits, but 3 hits. And here we have 1 hit, which is a potential crit. No, 3 hits to 1. The ogre is dead. But watch these guys. They are getting here, bach, and they unfortunately raise it. I'm not sure if they are able to loot it. I will double check during the pause between the turns. But yeah, in all essence, I'm not planning to do much more moves. From what I can see, we can just have a peaceful mind, move those guys here. And we are pretty nicely covered. We still have our 5 settlements, but we just get rid of 1 on the name side. So let's finish it turn 4. Let me check, guys, this raised token and whether 3 more money should get to the turn 5 of a fight to the death scenario. Okay, guys, I have not found anything in the rulebook about not looting before raising by the huge armies. So 3 gold comes to the goblins. And I truly hope that I actually, before the goblins moved last turn, did their income phase correctly. If not, sorry for this, but will not be coming back to this. This is more a gameplay and learning the game. And it's good sometimes to catch your errors if there are any. Turn 5, as you can see with 2 players, I'm not too much using those, but with 6 players definitely this is important. Okay, so the income phase of the orcs, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they have 7 money, so they actually managed to get as many as needed. They will not need any more money because this is the last turn for them. And now they don't want to fight for this. There is not much sense for that. It's raised, and yeah, does not bring any value. The problem is with those guys who can potentially hit in the back. We have those. Would they manage to come back? No, of course not. But at least they can get 1, 2, 3, 4. No, at least they can get and secure this space. Now, here we have a besieged settlement. Do we have any settlement now where we can actually get into? Those guys can sail here, that's for sure. We don't have too many options with ogres. What we can do is get with those guys out of here. You can move, there's no problem with moving. There is much more problem. We don't have really spaces to get the money now. Let me do it that way. Those guys move here 1, 2, or maybe 1, 2, 3, even here. No, this is better like this. And they will attack those guys. And you see, those guys can strike. Strike means that they will roll first and they can inflict a hit on me, and then I will be rolling on them and I can inflict on them. So let's assume that these are Goblin sneaks. They say, I would like to ambush you, dear Orc Raver. Okay, I said, so they will roll one die first, inflict the hit, and then we'll roll potentially 2 die and inflict 1 hit. Doesn't change a bit now, but for the mechanics presentation, I think this is worth it. If I would be flipped, wow, that would make a difference because they can kill me before I can do anything. So let me roll. They inflicted a hit on me. And now I'm rolling. And I inflicted 2 hits on them. So they are done. And why am I staying here? Because those guys will not be able to move free directly versus Ogre. But now we need to do something with this settlement, and this is also besieged. It's not as it was supposed to be, guys. Ogres were supposed to control the world. They don't have money, they don't have space. This is raised, so this is completely obliterated. There is nothing there, actually, so we cannot loot it. We can try to do something like that. We don't have even money. No, we don't. It's unfortunately, I believe it's lost now. Let me do it that way. 1, 2, 3. So we move here. I don't have money to heal them. 1, 2. I'm not going to attack. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. And the scouts, it is the last turn. 1, 2, 3. They will try to attack because this is the only way to get something. The attacker will have 2 white dice. The defender 2 white, black, and for the mountain 1 white. Attacker rolls. No hits. Defender rolls. 1 hit. So they are dead too. Oh, difficult times for the ogres. That's all what they can do. I'm not going to move those guys. So we flip them and we wait for inevitable finish from the goblins. And then what the goblins will do? They will pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They will move here 1, 2 and attack here. The attack is 3 black, 2 black and white, 3 black, 1 hit, but potentially a critical hit. No, so only 1 hit. We can survive it. And yeah, we potentially can inflict a hit. No, but at least they survived. So now let me put this hobgoblin here. He will attack here. It will be yes. At this moment in time, the ogres are winning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 5. So in order for goblins to win, they need to take 2 settlements, probably those. In case of a draw, 6 to 6, the orcs will win. Attacker, 2 hits. 2 hits. 1 hit, so unfortunately not. Those guys are killed. Really, I really like those Orc Ravers for 2 really decent units. They move here, they loot. Will not be buying any more units. And now attack here, the troll. Let me move him a bit from this side. So the troll rolls 2 black, 1 white. The raver rolls like this. Attack! No hits! He is still standing. No hits, guys. Unbelievable. And this is 1 hit on the troll. Wow, that was gross. So we sent another one. 1, 2, 3 from this direction. 2 white, 2 black and white. attack. It's a hit. That's a hit, so nothing happens. 1, 2, 3. We cannot move this hobgoblin here, but we can move them, and they actually inflict a hit on the ties. 1, 2, on the ties, not draws. Yeah. So let me roll here. 2 white. This is 1 hit. This is these are 2 hits, 3 hits. Okay, so we have another one dead. Wow, this is not going into the right direction. How can we conquer this? We cannot. We actually cannot. There is no way we can reach there. And I'm not sure if I paid in the 4th turn with goblins. I believe so. We were paying so. Let me buy one more troll here. And let me try to strike. Actually, attack strike in this game has different meaning. So this will be like that. 2 black and 1 white. This is 1 hit, which is not much because they will survive. 1 to 1, yes, they survived. And I have no other chance to get to this settlement. We can move those guys so we'll have nicer picture, but other than that, this is it. Yeah. Let me just shift them and do the summary of the game in a moment. So let's sum up what happened here. We had a very fierce battle between the invading orcs and invading goblins. Of course, we were observing only the invaders who are fighting here, but actually we need to remember about the dwarves or Fjordlander or neutral settlements which were subject to this attack and also suffered greatly from this. It occurred that both sides had the similar number of settlements, 6 to 6, which means in this case that the ogres, despite them being really under huge pressure, won. This one race settlement with this mountain troll really sealed the deal. This was the only way for the goblins to actually kill the mighty ogre. Those guys were really, really heavy. And yeah, this allowed them for the final victory in the game. I hope that you like it. It's only the base game. In the full game, you would have many more things like treasures, so you'll be able to actually fight with the monsters which are here. You will have blessings, which you will be able to do to your units, and also the spells. Yeah, there's a lot of spells you can cast. There are also blessings. This is not so solo friendly then, but still you can play the advanced game, and maybe I will do a movie about it. So if you guys like this video, kindly please give a thumbs up, and also encourage you to subscribe to this channel. Just click this small bell. For today, that's all. Thank you very much for being with me, and I'm going to play further and further the Burning Banners because I'm really hooked to this game.